Today on Yvonne Douglas, we're going to make the most delicious Braciole you have ever tasted. You're just gonna love it. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's look at our ingredients, what we're going to need today. First thing we're gonna need is some sandwich steak. These are cut very thin, and that's exactly what you want. You'll need approximately 8 of these, and this is all for serving of 4. You'll need some prosciutto. Probably around 8 slices of prosciutto. It looks like this. It comes in this package. Sometimes you can get your deli guy to slice it for you, but I purchased these at Target. You'll need 1 onion, white onion. You'll need some minced garlic, tomato paste. You'll need some tomato paste, some mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, and you'll need, this is super important, this is Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. This is the Vivaldi brand. So good, you'll just love this. And you'll need approximately a cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And you'll need some fettuccine for our noodles. And we'll also need arugula. I just love arugula. It has such a fragrance to it. I just love it. This is baby arugula, and you're gonna chop that up small. You'll need approximately a cup of that. 1 cup of white wine. I'm using Dr. Lucen Riesling. I like using the Riesling because it's sweet, but you'll need 1 cup of white wine. You'll need Italian style breadcrumbs and 1 cup of beef broth. You'll need some extra virgin olive oil. This is actually a 1/2 cup of milk. And that is our ingredients. Now you also will need some toothpicks. Toothpicks is when you make your Braciole. It's to hold it together when you're browning it in your frying pan. All right, so those are our ingredients. So let's get cooking. Okay, so we're back. So the first thing I want to do is I want to look at my sandwich steak, and you can see it's pretty thin. It's not bad, but I want it a little bit thinner than that. So I'm going to get some handy wrap, and I'm going to get my meat mallet, and I'm going to bang it, kind of get it a little bit thinner. See how that looks. Yeah, that's a little bit better. You can see it. See how thin that is? And I want to season it with salt and pepper. I'm gonna do just a little bit of salt on both sides and pepper. Get another one. Once again, get my plastic wrap. All right. And I'm going to add a little salt, this side and that side, and pepper. And one thing I want to add to, which I forgot, is I'm going to add some garlic powder to both sides also. I almost forgot my garlic. Garlic is super important, especially when you cook Italian. You gotta have your garlic. And then we'll be back and I'll show you how to roll your Braciole. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. So now we're gonna make our mixture, our stuffing that's gonna be in our Braciole. So we have 1 1/4 cups of Italian breadcrumbs. You could use 1 1/2, but I'm gonna make around 6. Originally I thought I had 8. flank steaks there or sandwich steaks, but I actually have 6. So I'm just gonna make a little bit less. But if you were making 8, you would have like about 1.5 cups of breadcrumbs. But this is 1 1/4 for 6. And I'm going to add my milk. This is my half cup of milk. I'm going to moisten, let me get a wooden spoon here. Moisten my breadcrumbs with that milk and just stir that up. And sometimes, depending, you might want to add just a little bit more milk, but I think this is going to be fine. Okay, now I'm going to add my baby arugula and mix that in. And something else you want to add too, which I forgot to mention in the beginning, is Italian parsley. Italian parsley is so fragrant. With that arugula, that baby arugula, and the Italian parsley, oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I chopped up here my Italian parsley, and you'll need approximately a half a cup. Smells so good. All right, I'm gonna add that to my mixture. Give that a stir. Oh wow, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. And it tastes so good inside the Braciole. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're going to add our Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Remember, that was about a cup. I like a lot of cheese, so I actually put a little bit extra. And then I'm gonna add my onions. Remember, it's 1 small onion. That's finely chopped. I hope you can see that. I like a lot of onions in my Braciole. Tastes so good. So the stuffing is kind of crumbly. You're gonna see it, let me show it to you. See how it is, can you see that? Yeah, it's kind of crumbly. Yeah, that's what you want. And I'm just going to mix that a little bit better. And now I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Don't forget your flank steaks or your sandwich steaks are seasoned with salt and pepper too, so you don't want to put a lot, because then it might become too salty. So just a little bit. And now, something else I want to show you is I got my flank steak and I placed the prosciutto on top of the flank steak, and then we're going to add the mixture. And we're going to just put it down the center. Let me move this so you can see that. I'm just gonna lay it down in the center. Chrissy Snow is crying in the room. She smells the food. She's like, I'm hungry. All right, then I'm going to roll it. And when you roll it, you need to attach some toothpicks to it, because when you brown it in the pan, it's very important that it stays together. If you don't, it's going to fall apart. So you're gonna roll it with that mixture in the middle, just like that. Oh, looks so good. And then I'm going to add my toothpicks. You want to do the sides and the top. So really 3 toothpicks you're going to need for your Braciole. And then this is what they look like. Can you see that? Put it in the light, can you see that? And they're seasoned already, and now I got, what, 5 more to do. 5 more to do, and then we will be back. Okay guys, so I wanted to show you up close before I start browning my Braciole, how to add everything onto your sandwich steak. So here we go. All right, so here's our sandwich steak. We're gonna get our prosciutto. And these are really nicely Look how nice this looks. Oh, that looks so good. I'm just gonna place it on top of my flank steak. I'm gonna get my mixture here. I want to add a nice, generous amount going down the middle, just like that. Make sure it's in the middle, and then I'm just going to roll it. Okay, make sure everything does not fall out. And then I'm gonna get some toothpicks and make sure the sides are sealed. Just like that. There we go. I'm gonna do one more so you can see. Prosciutto. Oh, looks so good. My arugula, Italian parsley, onion, breadcrumb mixture. Yum. Add just a little bit more. All right, we're gonna roll it. Rolling on the river here. Rolling, rolling. All right, get my toothpick. Do the sides. There we go. Perfect. All right, now let's brown our meat. Okay, so we're back. So now we're gonna start to brown our meat. So you're gonna need some extra virgin olive oil, and you want to make sure that the bottom of your pan is totally covered with extra virgin olive oil. The flame is a medium flame right now, and we want to heat up that extra virgin olive oil. You'll need two cloves of garlic minced. And so I have my minced garlic right here. And once that is warm, I'm going to add I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna add my garlic. To my pan here. Oh, smells so good. I love garlic. Garlic and extra virgin olive oil. Yum. All right. So that's heating up. I'm gonna let that garlic cook just a little bit. And then I'm going to add my braciole to the pan and brown up my meat. And we'll be back. Okay, so we're back. So once you hear your garlic cooking like the way it is now, sizzling in there, remember this is on a medium to high flame right now. I'm gonna add my braciole. Let me get my tongs. I'm gonna add my braciole to the pan. Oh, it looks so good. And it tastes just out of this world. It really does. It's so good. If you make this, you're gonna love it. You really are. If you love Italian food, oh my gosh. So I have my six braciole in there, and I'm going to get my cover, and I'm going to heat it up. Okay? So then we'll be back. So I just wanted to pop in and show you the braciole, how it's cooking. And it looks like it's ready to be turned. And basically you want your heat to be on medium high. And I just love the color. Oh my gosh, color looks so good. It's browning just the way you want it. And if, you know, even though we added the toothpicks, if a little stuffing or a little of the arugula mixture falls out, it's okay, don't worry about that. Not all of it should fall out, but if a little bit popped out, don't worry about it. All right, so I'm gonna cover that, and it should probably cook for maybe about 6 to 10 minutes, all right? And then we're going to add our mushrooms, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're back. So now let's take a look at our meat. Our wonderful Braciole. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, so I'm gonna get my tongs, and these are brown all around on every side. It's been cooking for approximately 10 minutes today, and it looks really, really good. Okay, look at that. Can you see? Let me see. I can grab one. Can you see that? I want to drip it all over the place. But yeah, I think they're ready to be removed. So I'm going to place them on this plate. And with all those drippings that are in this pan, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, you just want to melt that butter in there. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm going to get my butter, and then we're going to saute our mushrooms. And you want to saute your mushrooms for approximately 5 minutes, okay? So let me melt this butter, and then we're going to add the mushrooms. Yum. Okay, let me get my mushrooms. Now these are just regular portobello mushrooms. You want to kind of chop them up a little bit, and we're going to add them. And then just get a wooden spoon and stir. All right. So I'm mixing my mushrooms in here, making sure they get coated with the leftover drippings in that butter. And I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to lower the heat. And I'm going to let them saute for approximately 5 minutes. Okay, so we're back, and I wanted to show you the mushrooms. Oh, look at that. Oh, so good. They have been sauteing in the butter and the drippings for 5 minutes. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, so good. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to get 2 tablespoons of flour, and we're going to whisk that in here. I'm going to be a little bit off camera here so you can actually see it being made. So here's my 2 tablespoons of flour, and I'm getting a whisk, and I'm just whisking that in here. And you want to cook it for about, for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes here, so. Making sure that it's all combined. Put that to the side. I'm gonna get my wooden spoon really quick. Yes, Chrissy Snow, you'll be fed later. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So you want to cook that up for about, it's been about a minute or so, so we'll wait about 1 more minute. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes. Now what I want to do is add my 1 cup of white wine. And I'm gonna also whisk that into that mixture. Oh wow, it smells so good. Just kind of stir it all in there. Yum. Okay. My wooden spoon. And then I'm going to lower the heat and I'm going to let it simmer for about another minute and just keep stirring. Okay. Let that alcohol get burned off. Yeah, actually, it's funny because the first time that I kind of remember Braciole was when I watched Everybody Loves Raymond. And Deborah made her Braciole, and Frank loved it, and so did Raymond and Robert on the show. And Marie, of course, was a little bit jealous. And I just was like, oh wow, I want to try that. Now this isn't her recipe, but anyway, just that's how I got started making Braciole, by watching Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, I was like, I want to make that. So this is a really awesome and pretty easy. I know it takes a lot of ingredients, but it's not that hard to make, really. Okay. All right, so it's been about a minute. Now what I want to do is add my 1 cup of beef broth and also my 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So I'm going to add my beef broth, and then I'm going to get my tomato paste. Remember, it's about maybe 2.5 tablespoons of tomato paste, close to 3. Get my whisk again. I'm going to put up the heat just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then that sauce kind of gets that reddish brown color. Oh, so good. Make sure that your tomato paste gets really incorporated. That's why you're using that whisk. You don't want to leave any lumps. Just keep doing it until it is all gone. And try not to splash it on yourself. I should be wearing a kitchen apron, but I think I'll be okay. All right, so it looks like all that tomato paste is incorporated with the gravy, and I'm gonna get my wooden spoon and I'm just gonna stir it. Oh, look at that. Look at that sauce. You know, it's funny because it's thick, but not too thick. You don't want it too thick and you don't want it too thin. So it's really just right. Now don't forget, I'm gonna be serving this with some fettuccine noodles, but you can use any type of pasta you want. You can use those garden spiral noodles if you like, or could even use bow ties. But I'm a big fan of fettuccine noodles. All right, look at that. Look at that sauce. Oh, so good. Can you see that? Let me give it a little taste. Oh my God. That's good. Oh my. Another success. Yay. All right. So now that this is pretty much done, I'm going to return my meat, my braciole, to the pan, just like that. And then I'm going to keep it on simmer for 15 minutes, covered, just like that. Oh, look at that, it looks so good. And what I want to do is get a, I'm just going to get a little spoon and drizzle the braciole with that sauce. Oh my, so good. Yummy yum. Braciole. Okay. And now I'm gonna get the cover. Where did I put it? Oh, here. I'm gonna cover it, put it on a simmer, and let that cook for about 15 more minutes, and then we'll arrange our plate. Okay, so really quick, I wanna show you what it looks like. Oh, look at that. So good. And I'm going to just get a wooden spoon and just kind of stir some of that sauce and I keep putting the sauce over the braciole. I lift the lid up every so often and I just keep covering the braciole with that sauce. Oh, so good. And it smells so good, guys. Oh my gosh. You're gonna love it. So it has a couple more minutes to go. And then we're gonna arrange our plate. Okay, so we're back and we're going to arrange our plate. I have some fettuccine noodles on my plate, and make sure that when you get your braciole, you remove the toothpicks before you serve it, of course. All right, so let's get my braciole here. Oh, it looks so good. I'm gonna place it right in the middle, and I wanna get some delicious sauce and just pour it over that fettuccine and the braciole. Oh my, with those mushrooms. Oh, it looks so good. Perfect. And now I do want to get a little Parmesan cheese, just a little bit, just as a little topper, and sprinkle it. Maybe a little bit more on the pasta there. Perfect. Oh, it is beautiful. A beautiful dish. It is so good. I'm gonna take a taste. I have a taste test. So important. Oh my. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh wow. So good, guys. Oh my gosh, that's really good. All right, so that's braciole. So happy cooking, everyone. Bye-bye.